Johnny! We're there. Oh. I got a follower while I wasn't streaming. Jacob, what's up? Oh. Oh, how's your weekend been? Oh, shoot. I'm okay. I worked most of it. I worked 10 hours on Friday. And then worked essentially 9 hours on Saturday, but 2 of it was driving, so I worked 7 hours, but I got paid to drive there both ways. So I worked most of it. But I got to go bowling yesterday with some friends. I haven't done that in years, so that was fun. Then I got another work week this week, and then a long week next week. And some might be able to finish up at Fresh Takes next week, and I'm pretty excited about that. And current Fresh Takes is almost over. I'm really excited about that too. Violet Evergarden's only got shoot 3 more uploads and it's done. I don't want to spoil that quite yet because it's actually an anniversary for something that's coming up, so it's kind of a surprise that we're doing it. But it'll be up in October. So Violet will be finishing, then the one that we did before. I always have a Fresh Takes banked almost every week, which is almost every time we get one done, there's another one done in the in-between, which is kind of nice because they're really easy to record. There'll be another one that happens up until that anniversary date, and then that one will start. And then one that Mike has been wanting to do since, probably since before I even brought up the, concept of Fresh Takes will finally be starting. It might be the most invested thing Mike's ever done on my entire channel. It's for a series that just ended this year. He's pretty pumped and I'm pretty pumped because I don't know a damn thing about it other than it ended the same week as a certain episode in RWBY that got other people really irritated. But hey, that's some of the RWBY community in a nutshell. Doesn't go your way, you should just shoot the writers. That's not all of the RWBY community, but by God, it's a big chunk of it. Oh, man. But anyway, we're back to Control. I should have this game finished this next week. We only have 1 DLC left, and then we can start one of the next 3 games that I have on the list. 2 are very, kind of cyberpunky future-ish. Well, no, I shouldn't say cyberpunky. Kind of like futuristic. And then 1 is very old school fantasy. 1 would be the longest thing I'd streamed by a country mile. And the other 2 are very short games. I think both would be about 9 hours long. So about a little bit shorter than this. Okay. A dark place. Take the elevator to investigation sector. This makes this game tie in with another property from Remedy called Alan Wake, which is a really great game that I would love to stream, but I physically can't. And for the dumbest reasons. Oh boy. Whoa. Okay, that's freaky. I like this. Oh, okay.
Hello? Anyone here? Guess not.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I was waiting for when they were going to have their culling period because everybody else did it. And I knew they weren't going to be immune to that.
Seems a lot more crowded than the rest of the Bureau.
Staffing issue? Whoa! Hold on. My Elgato just took a crap on itself. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw they quickly rectified that. Mr. Dennis, so yes, there's an increase in AWE cases, and yes, it would be a good idea to put together a special task force to examine exactly why. However, it seems that a tiny detail has slipped through the cracks. We don't have the damn staff. If you expect us to detect, investigate, and process more AWE cases, then we need to give us more people. It's simple math. Between the staff we lost in the Hartman thing and the ones who are left in other departments after Kirkland quit, we're barely managing to keep up the workload. Hell, just filing the paperwork for all the altered items left behind in the sector has been an ordeal. Another thing, I mean, it's not paradoxical, but we have an overcrowding situation. This lobby isn't meant to accommodate a whole sector's worth of staff. We put forward a motion to move investigations to a more suitable location months ago. It better not still be sitting on your desk. The people are getting restless, and Kirkland's intern replacement, it's your job to handle it. Best regards, Agent Grayson. They need to go 15 to Tango. Docs about sharks, apparently. Yikes. Okay. Oh boy. Oh damn. This is a whole thing.
It's not working.
Is this a power
Probably
source?
a loose power core somewhere.
Resignation letter. Whom it may concern. As it was a great anger and regret that I tendered my resignation as the head of investigations at the Bureau of Control. I do this in protest and rampant disregard of my department's blah. My staff cannot continue to work in these conditions. The previous requests and warnings have all fallen on deaf ears, so I must relay my actions to speak louder than words ever could. I blame the situation on who has continuously ignored my request for assistance for claiming the parts of the investigation sector lost to loose inside. I will never forget the screams of the brave agents begging for us to open that fire break. I will continue to shame for the rest of my days. The has failed its agents. I shall never forgive them for that. William Kirkland. Okay, loose power cord. That is there. Oh my gosh, all these documents. Here are the latest agents confirmed missing, presumed dead in the containment breach yesterday. Agent Jonathan Connor, Research Ezra Cruz, Agent Caroline Dempsey, Agent Lindsay Malcolm, Agent Charles Murray, Agent Derek Shaw. Letters of condolence will be delivered to you signed prior to sending them out to their families. You will be updated as soon as the additional confirmations are made. Also, as per your request, a network engineer checked many cases that were backed up digitally. Fortunately, a large number of active investigations were not archived yet, and the only hard copies of reports exist behind the fire break. They're lost, I'm afraid. Is there another place to put this? sharks are a big deal. Kind of blows my mind that Shark Week is still a thing. Now the atmosphere's thick. Oh yes. Underhill background. Professor Casper Darling, head of research. Expressed concerns that Darling investigate into brah. So there. Come on, little guy. Let's get in here. Oh! Balls. No, not you. Get in there. What the? Get in there. Get in there.
Now that gate should open.
Nailed it on the first try. Specimen escape assessment. Purpose of the internal investigation X0397 is to examine the containment failure of specimen SI1 that resulted in the deaths of agents. Inspection report of containment equipment 3 days earlier showed no faults. Investigators suspect human error to be the cause, yet no department has provided any evidence to support this. Technicians were able to recover the researcher's notes on the specimen from the internal network. On the the specimen began displaying a sharp increase of aggressive cross-referencing the data of the various logs found. Only 2 events inconsistent of the sector's daily routine. 1, the air filters were changed, and 2 hours prior to the incident, a civilian named Alice entered the sector. Regarding an unrelated investigation, see interview number 65F124. Do you ever use walkthroughs? I absolutely use walkthroughs. I've actually done it live on stream. I think I did the last time I streamed this because there was a part I didn't get. Given their connection to some AWE cases, it's likely that Mrs. Presence is relevant to the species escape and to the investigation is ongoing. Refer to 623-0721 full report. Oh, because there'll just be moments where even when I'm not gaming, I have what I like to call streamer brain. Where you're just not paying attention because you're so locked in and concentrating on trying to talk and do this that really simple crap slips past you.
I'm no
Alright, here we go.
detective, but something definitely happened here.
1, 2, 3.
Do we know each other? I feel
Mr.
this
Wake.
feels familiar. I can't seem to. I've forgotten it.
Hello, sir. I wish I could play your game on stream, but stream will not. Twitch will not like that. It's really good. That's what sucks. Oh, this is awesome.
Who are you? Who are you? Do I know you?
I'm your friend Tom. Tom Zane. There's nothing to worry about.
Tom. The poet. The diver. You look different.
That was just a role, a character. The protagonist I played in my old film.
Films.
I'm a filmmaker. An auteur like yourself.
Auteur.
We're working on this
Oh,
together,
I love
remember?
this.
An artistic collaboration. You need a drink.
don't need a drink. I need answers. It's the strong stuff.
Endless
Jaeger.
darkness. Nothing holds still.
But we're very close now. You've been writing. You found a way to escape. It'll work this time.
Writing?
You found a way!
No. I don't. Wait. There's something.
You should look up a playthrough of Alan Wake.
He's out
Jacob,
there.
you would freaking love that game.
Nothing to worry about. I'm dealing with it. It's fine, my friend. Let me handle him.
You've met him? What the hell?
Now, come on. You misunderstand me.
I would love to stream, but I can't.
That was the Alan Wake? The famous writer? He disappeared years ago. It was all over the news back then. And Thomas Zane was with him. The poet. No, wait. He was a filmmaker. I always remember that wrong.
That's a new one. What? The hell? That's new. All the rooms are open. What the? Okay, all except for one of them. That game was made by the same company, Jacob, and it is one of the most best atmospheric feels to it ever. And it's a very not traditional game. All right. 1, 2, 3. What? 1, 2. Okay, so I didn't do something. That turned this on. What the hell? I'm so confused. There, okay, now we're on. Got the key.
Dr. Emil Hartman, devoured by hungry darkness, became the thing that had been Hartman. Broke loose, killed everyone it could, lurking, roaming, waiting. Then something else came, a resonance. The thing that had been Hartman went through another change.
All right, here we go. 1, 2. Why or when are you in here? I believe this means I have to go that way, but just in case. Yep.
Wake want me to come here?
This is identical to where I just came from. What? In the shit. Yo!
That doesn't look like a house shift. Do I even want to know?
What do you have for me? Shaded facet. Kind of terrified for me to run into here. This is one of the few things, Jacob, that I badly want to see get made into the series. Like, I genuinely think it would do wonders if it was made into a series.
Of course.
Like,
the
throw this
Hiss are
on Amazon, and I think it would do unbelievably well. Because you could totally market this and not even realize it was made from a video game. It's one of those things that's that, like, Jessie's a very normal-looking girl. She's not, like, video game character type of feel to her, which I like. So a lot of people
Whoa.
could look into it and not even realize that it
like
was
the
from
house
a
has
video
gotten
game.
a little wild in here.
Which would weirdly help it. Some of those weird people that can be, I don't consume video games because they're for nerds.
This
Oh.
darkness is
Ah! I need Wake's flashlight.
to deal with an interdimensional noise and sentient shadows.
Do I pick this up? This is awesome. This is just like Alan Wake. I love it. In Alan Wake, Jacob, your only weapon was a flashlight. It was a complete and total survival horror game. Oh, that's so cool. By that own token, man, Alan Wake could really work good as a series. Remedy can make some real coin if they turn your stuff into live action properties. Construct Surge. Alright. New weapon form. Fire a single adhesive grenade. Yo! Oh! That's cool. I have a feeling I'm going to have a lot of fast-moving targets or things I need to hit at the same time for a puzzle.
The third thing. The sound made darker, the darkness made louder. Hartman was stretched.
I
like a
love
worm
this
at a
whole thing
time.
so much.
The third thing was a monster. Now we crashed out of darkness toward
I'll
fate.
never get sick of these. Oh! Oh, I love this. He's going to be monologuing about the shit that's about to wreck me. Okay, so I need a light source. Right? Get past that? What?
Darkness everywhere. Plans in here.
Damn it, Ati!
Start standing up.
You sly dog, you caught me monologuing.
Lighten them up.
Ah, more plants. All right, let's go make some new friends.
Okay, so this is not gonna work, but no. Where is a light source? That's what I'm going to need to get through there. That is one of my favorite lines in a movie ever. You sly dog. Ah! Right there. Now, where was that thing again? There was a power source I needed to place that in. Where was it? Right there. I just saw you. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. What is your favorite movie? What was it? What it would be? How do I want to say this? What is one of your movies that has the best dialogue in it? Just that you never get sick of listening to the dialogue.
My understanding of the darkness is fragmented, incomplete. This abyss, this void, it very much does not wish to be understood.
Ed Wood.
Light symbolizes knowledge that exists.
One of my top ones, honestly. Two of my top ones are Scent of a Woman and Snatch. Oh, so that's how I'm gonna get around that, you sly dogs.
Conflict of natures, we
You're
know
also
that
clever.
the light of truth will burn away the darkness, both figuratively and literally. Any significant light will be used as protection, even weaponry, against this metaphysical gloom. I know for a fact that Tom, Wade, the Anderson brothers
Okay. Nice. I'm kicking this DLC's ass. Oh boy. Hi. How are you today? you on. Why is the tip of my gun yellow? Sounds like a health issue. But anyway, I think in general, Guy Ritchie's a really good guy with giving good dialogue in movies. Big fan. And, oh my gosh, I can't think of it. Oh, what is it called? A Few Good Men. Why does it feel like I'm hauling ass through this? Hit like 7 control points. If this is the point where these DLCs were made after a bunch of people had the complaints about how bad the control point checkpointing system was,
You're right.
that would really make me laugh.
Something in this darkness is draining me.
Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror.
Shit. Now what?
Here's one from Bullet Train. Why don't you tell me a
is
story about
that?
how Gord met Percy? Now Percy's bleeding from his fucking eye sockets. Bullet Train is another one that is way up there. Whoa! Good sir!
Don't like the light. I can use that.
You Alan Wakian frickin' horror show. I forgot about you. Share one of my favorite ones from Snatch. Oh god, now I can't think of it. Gosh dang it, it just had me. It's like, well, you want any sugar for your coffee, Big Top? Sugar? No, thank you, Turkish. I'm sweet enough. Fuckface. That's a good one, Harold. I'll remember that the next time I'm climbing off your mum.
Nothing even
Come on.
touches it.
I'm aware. Okay, so... I do, seriously. That is one thing that will never leave my brain. And the best part is, a ton of people at work have not watched Bullet Train, so they have no idea what I'm talking about when I refer to them as a diesel. Okay. I'm starting to get a little confused now. Aha! There it is. I don't think so, jackass. No, okay. Here's the thing. You need to realize that I work with people that were all born after 2000. half of them wouldn't even know what Thomas the Tank Engine was if I said the words. Is that an arcade game? Oh, what do we got? The Shoom and the Shoom 2. Okay, alright, I need to go. Nice try, jackass. Alright. The show is still around, but none of those kids are watching it. Oh, wow! Whoo! Hot damn, does that thing work quick? Woo!
Let's stay in the light.
Hot dang. Okay. This will help. I'm gonna get all that shit into areas where I don't gotta move back to here. Nope, that's not what I was trying to do. Give me you. Alright, there was another one in there. Oh, that worked out awesome. I banked it into there. I was actually a huge Thomas the Tank Engine fan as a kid. It's very popular among autistic kids. I did not know that, but that makes a lot of sense. Speaking of diesels, this douchebag right here is a real diesel. Okay, that last one was over here, if I'm not mistaken. Woo! If you did a 0 stars or a Magic Railroad, that would be gold. Is that like one of the original movies? It's really bad, I'm going to assume, since you said 0 stars? Oh shit. I thought there was another one over there. Where am I missing one? That's a lot of it. Alec Baldwin walking around in a conductor suit talking to... When did this come out? Oh man, this is riveting gameplay right here. I need to find where this last one is. 2000, eh? Booyah! Wow, that's the most enthusiastic you've been all game, Jesse. Huh, I really thought there was another one over there. Is it just done weird, or like, what is it? Okay, I came from up this elevator. Now I'm back in here. I'm so confused. As to where this game wants me to go. Do I keep going up? It's just weird. It's a baby movie, surreal fantasy thing. Oh, I keep going up.
Scare me like that, Langston.
If you're talking right now, I can't hear you. It's a one-way system. Try to find an intercom.
Bright Falls, baby!
Langston, it's me, Jesse.
I know. I can see you on the monitors. The cameras in there haven't worked since we sealed that sector off a couple years back.
Let me guess. You sealed it because of the monster guy.
Wait, did you see Dr. Hartman? Jesus, I really wish you hadn't opened that fire break. Okay, listen, you need to find Hartman and kill him before he gets out into the Bureau.
That thing is a person?
He was a person. We brought him here to study after he was, altered in an AWE. I forget the medical word for what happened, but now light physically hurts him.
Physically hurts him.
Do you have a flashlight?
No.
A lantern? Headlamp? Oh yeah, flare gun. Oh, Christmas lights. You could wrap them around.
I don't have any of those, Langston.
Okay.
That'd be a really good defense, actually.
Think of something. I'll keep an eye on you from the Panopticon. This is kind of exciting, right?
Maybe from where you're standing.
Right. Okay. Well, break a leg. Oh, why did
It's
I
a weird
say that?
transmitter.
Okay. This Hartman
Yes, it is.
thing can't have gotten very far. Let's go flush him out. Langston was right. This is kind of exciting.
It's nice to have someone to talk to, you know? Ever since
I
I've been
love
put
how
in charge of the Panopticon, people treat me different. Like I'm
this game is
crazy for wanting
very,
to work with altered items.
very high tech, new tech, but it also looks old school. It's a weird, what I want to say, it's a weird mix that they pulled off wonderfully. Yes, The Incredibles. Yeah, you're not wrong. Man, I cannot tell you what I'd do to get a freaking live-action Amazon big budget series of this. Get someone who's not afraid to go weird. And cast some unknown and let them just have the role of their life. You know? Man. She'd do okay as it now, but like considering this person's supposed to be a lot younger, I actually would have minded a young Jessica Chastain as her. I think that'd be really good. Hi. Oh. Booyah! She is a great actress. She's one of my favorite actresses. Or another one, actually, that'd be really good would be Jenna Malone. I think she'd be really good. I didn't realize you were down here, big feller. I really like Jenica Chastain. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. This was made back in the day, too. Now I can't think of her name. Oh, man. She's an unbelievably famous actress. She's one of my big crushes. Crap! What's her name? She was in the Hunger Games. What's her name? Oh, shoot. No, not Jennifer Lawrence. She was in... Oh, what was that movie I can't think about? Is it called Finding Alice? Oh, she's such a well-known and well-renowned actress that has acted for long as I've been alive, but I can't think of her name. This is if Control was made like 20 years ago. Crap! Nope, not Kate Winslet. I'm gonna feel like such a dumbass. I don't want to look up IMDb. She was in the only Hunger Games film I've seen, which I think was the second to last one. Balls! What's her name? Oh. Gosh dang it. Nope, not Elizabeth Banks. I want to say she was in What Lies Beneath, but I could be 1000% wrong. I've watched that movie recently. What's her name? I'm playing it so hard. Oh my goodness gracious. I am just... Not Michelle Pfeiffer. Nope, I'm 1000% wrong. Crap! What's her name? But she's been acting for as long as Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. Shit. What's her name? Oh man, this is gonna bug me. The last thing I could picture in was the Hunger Games. She was helping out Katniss. I know, that really narrows it down. In the same movie where Natalie Dormer takes her out to do all that propaganda stuff. What's her name? She's such a famous actress, and I can't think of it. This is one of the biggest brain farts I've ever had. It's gone. Why can't I think of it? Not Amanda Plummer. I have until I get out of this room to think of this. Otherwise, I am cheating. Oh, man. What was another movie she was in? The sad part is she's probably not even in the Hunger Games. I'm just blanking it out. Okay. Alright. Hunger Games movies. Oh, where is she? No, no, don't do this to me. Why can't I think of her name? Shit! I'm so dumb. I finally got it. All right. It wasn't Finding Alice. The movie I was thinking of was Still Alice. I will give you one hint. What movie should it? Julianne Moore. Yeah, it's Julianne Moore. Oh, I cannot believe I couldn't think of Julianne Moore's name. But I really like Jessica Chastain or Jenna Malone. I think Jenna Malone would do fantastic. And that would be wonderful for her. There was a big rumor that she was going to be the Robin in that ultimate cut of BVS, and it never happened. She just ended up playing someone that worked at the Daily Planet, which is fine. It is what it is. But, oh, I wanted her to have something big in that film because I really like Jenna Malone. Throw things that were that big. Balls. Balls, balls, balls. I would have blanked on that forever if I never would have looked that up. Not in a million years would I have found it on my own. For thought of that on my own. My brain was so in the opposite direction. You're mine now, punk. Kind of an oddball pick, too. I wouldn't mind seeing Anna Taylor-Joy do it. Sit down, punk. And, you know, and then Cameron Monaghan could easily play the brother. I know, cheap shot choice because he's a ginger, but still, he's a really good actor. Or Will Poulter would be another good one. Hollywood, I'm doing all the work for you. Get on it. Okay. That. Hello, you.
Alright, Ati. Was this what you had in mind?
Oh, wow. That was part of that side quest. I didn't even realize that. Really? It was right below it. Come on, Ati. See the light, bitch. Nice, I actually did part of that side quest. I love this DLC so far. This is great. This is proper spooky. Oh, hey, Mole. It's good to see you again. Whoa. Wait, hold on. I got the immunity thing to this. Just running into these side quests on accident? Whoa! Okay, that can hurt me. Good to know. That was very stupid on my part. Any things that you would like to see as a TV show or made into something like that that was a video game, Jacob? I don't know if I've asked you that before. Oh, hey, if you are not busy at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. next Wednesday, 3 p.m. Central Time, me and Kiona will be live reacting to a panel of the PlayStation Showcase of all the cool, hip, happening new games coming out. I know you're not a big gamer, but I know you kind of like watching us react to reveals and stuff like that, and that's going to be a good one.
Christ. Did the Hartman thing do all this?
Oh, no. Okay, so let me get this straight. To get that door open. Oh, I see how you're doing this. What game would you like to see made into a... Ah, dang it, I didn't mean to do that. Would you like to see made into a series? And also, if you're not busy, Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, me and Kiona will be doing a live reaction to a PlayStation Showcase that is coming up. So, you want to see live reactions to stuff, that'll be a good one. That's going to be a long one, and it's going to be good. I'm leaving work early to do that one. I'm quite excited. They haven't done a showcase in almost 2.5 years. Alright, this one takes 3. That one leads to there. This one leads to here. And that one leads to there. And I was wrong. Okay, what did I screw up? Oh, it's there. All the ones that have blue connectors. Gosh dang it, not you. And then you. The big question is, where do I go from here? Okay, so that one needs to be unlocked. Yep. That one's to there. This one is there. I like that. That was a nice, easy puzzle. Enough for my idiot brain to understand. Okay. Man, telekinesis I think would be one power that would be awesome in practice, but outside of a video game, I think in real life that would be hard as shit to control. No one ever thinks about that part. Like ripping shit off a wall, sure, but actually guiding something with your brain, I think would be super, super hard. Man, I feel like I'm getting all of this done pretty quick. This, oh man, I cannot, the Russo brothers have ruined me. That had to have come first. The Russo brothers have ruined me ever since Civil War came out of seeing the big location thing.
Okay, let's get the lights on and clear him out.
Okay. Where do I gotta move to next? Shit! No! Ah! Run away! Ah! Cole, get off me. Oh, that thing's terrifying. No matter what game you're in, pal. Okay. It is a great effect. This is a game where I feel like they nailed absolutely everything. Other than the checkpoint system, which they are greatly fixing in this DLC, everything was nailed to the wall perfect. What is this gonna do? In the words of Seth Rollins, bye-bye, bitch.
Where's it running off to now?
You know what's really sad, though? If this got made as a show, people that did not know about the and were just douchebags will call it an X-Files ripoff. Which, hey, there's definitely inspiration there. Oh, yes! More of this ashtray maze-style stuff. Yes, please. Motel complaint? Did you hear about Fisher? He got himself in trouble at the motel. Why the hell does anyone volunteer to stake out that place? Gives me the creeps, but hey, at least he came back, and if you can call it that. I saw some of the footage they pulled out of there with him. Tom down and evidence processing showed me crazy stuff. Fisher had the cameras all pointed at himself half the time, guessing he went nuts on day one. He did catch something, though. Got one of those fiber optic cameras under the door of the room he was hiding in and recorded something out in the hall. It looked like a shadow, maybe a human. Tom tried to get the quality up, but it's still blurry as fuck. Just reaffirms my position. Stay the fuck out of the motel. Anyway, up for some shoom later. Lisa got up to 1 hour and 38 minutes yesterday. New record to beat. See ya, Dave. Yeah, they definitely took that control point thing I bitched about into consideration. There must have been a lot of people complaining about it because this thing is littered with them. Holy balls. Shit. Light? Yes. Hello. Oh, you are cool.
We need to get those lights on.
Oh, you're so cool. Come on. Oh! Run! No! That one's gonna be hard. Oh boy, am I gonna have to figure out how the hell to do that. That one is gonna be hard. Shit. Okay. How do I want to do this? To here. I need to get... This feels safe. I need to get more of those power sources in there. Where are they? They're in there! Woo! You can't be in here! Get away from me! Crap, I got loose. Let me out. Let it go. Let it go. Oh. Oh. Holy crap. That is so scary. Piss off. Crappy part is I need to kill enemies to get that health back. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to be quick about this. Where are they all? Whip this thing over there. No. I need you. Get in there. Okay. Sure. Stop it! Okay. Where's... Can you not hang out directly above me, douchebag? Nope. Nope, nope. Woo. Okay. I need to- Get moving! Please, Mrs. Faden. Dang it! There's 2 of them in there? Really? That's weird. I'd imagine they would put all 4 of them in different spots. Okay. Wow, that does so much damage. Why didn't you come? I need you. Let me out! He comes so fast. Why didn't that go? This is gonna be a little bit. Alright. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get. Okay. Let's try that again. I do not use that shield enough. That is for sure a problem. Let's think about how to do this effectively. Where is he? They gave you this big room to see where he is. And now I can't see him. Okay. Now, which one's next? Throw you over there. Oh! Forgot about the fact that that turns the frickin' power off. Pick it up, Jesse. No! Jesse! Come on! That is a bit too harsh. I'm going to be open and honest with you. I think that effect is a bit overpowered. Oh boy, I didn't want to take that damage. That sucks. Okay. We're gonna get this. We're gonna do this. Stay away from me, douchebag. That's right, back up. Oh, two down. As far as I got before. Okay. Where is it this time? Get away from me, creepo. Hey, I'm feeling really torn about going to the movies during the writer's strike. I've already canceled a lot of subscriptions, but I'm like, here's the weird thing about the writer's strike. Future stuff being canceled is helping them, yes. But stuff that they've already liked and worked on is hurting them not watching it, but also hurting them watching it, because they also work their asses off on it. The weird part is that even doing stuff like that, it's the writers are going to be doing a lot of the legwork for getting it done, because guess what? There's a lot of people that don't even know the writer's strike exists, and they're an older crowd that has gotten subscriptions to watch movies with their kiddos that are going to keep them. Let me put it this way. You're not, in my opinion, hurting them by seeing movies. Because honestly, would you be more pissed that a person before you striked saw something you put your hard work into and then bombed versus just not going to anything at all? Say, okay, this is one of the weird things that gaming studios, a lot of sexual harassment and just horrible treatment of women happens at them. They do. But it's a double-edged sword. The government needs to get involved and make sure that these people are treated properly. But there's also been interviews with people on both ends that have gotten all of it that are also then like, cool, I endured 5 years worth of sexual harassment and punishment, worked my ass off into a game that I was really proud of, and now no one's playing it. So I endured all that shit for nothing. Part of them wants you to see the thing they worked on. It may not be a big thing and they want to get treated better, but it is part of it. I honestly don't know what the best way to do them is. The best way to supporting them would be to, I don't know, hope and pray that humans start not being douchebags, honestly. I don't know what else to say. I honestly don't. And human beings not being douchebags is a big enough ask as is. I've gotten expensive enough anyway. Maybe I should just give up right now and save myself money while still going to movies. You're not wrong. Canceling a couple streaming services wouldn't be a bad thing, because honestly, in the meantime, what is it going to do to you? Save you money. Oh, this is gonna suck. Way weirder than the movies that were shot during while the strike came out. Yeah, that's true. When you could tell something is heartless garbage, or you could tell that it came out during the strike, I'd be a lot more okay with being like, nah, fuck those movies. I know, weird ass distinction, but it's being done without them. Well, I'm not going to use Transformers 2 as an example, because guess what? When the writer's strike was done, those Transformers movies continued to suck. But that's just my hot take. Send that thing through this. I could see that. I want to send that freaking powered thing in through here. Alright. Where is tall, dark, and lethargic? Oh, I bet he regrets the final result of that movie. I still haven't seen it, but I have no intention to, because I have heard unbelievably not great things about it. Okay, I think we got it this time. Who's, by the way, making Thomas the Tank Engine movie? We've come full circle. Nice. When is... I didn't know they were making a Thomas the Tank Engine movie. Get out of here, douchebag. announced a few years ago. Hopefully, Bullet Train rekindled people's interest. It was a top streamer on Netflix for a while. Nice. I'm stuck in here. Oh, thank God. It could have. Very well could have. Here we go. Progress is being made.
It's just nice to have someone to talk to, you know? Ever since I got put in charge of the Panopticon, people treat me different, like I'm crazy for wanting to work with altered items.
You
People
kind
just
of are,
don't
man.
understand the altered items like I do, you know? I don't
Dude,
want to
that-
brag, but it does take a very empathetic mind to connect with the items.
Doesn't
Still,
want
Man.
to brag.
it's so
The movie's
Right.
until at least summer of 2024 or something. Yeah, everyone's gonna make it very known what the active cutoff point was. I hope it gets fixed. I hope it gets fixed good because, man, like, voice actors had a strike and they still don't get paid as much as I think they should.
Still, I don't know why people
They're paid better,
personal.
but
I mean, the teams in research handle paranatural materials every day, and no one thinks they're weird. Well, maybe that's not true. Darling is famous for being a bit out there, but when he's weird, it's charming. Altered items really aren't that frightening once you get to know them. If you figure out what they like or don't like, you know, what sets them off, then there's nothing to worry about. I guess at the end of the day, we're still just wild animals scared of our own shadows. We're supposed to be on the same team.
hello. I love being able to whip their own people at them. That is so good. Okay. I need a light. Hello, not you. You. Show me the way. You wanna know something crazy? I just saw this on Facebook. Ezra Miller got announced as the Flash right after Grant Gustin's TV show got started. We are finally seeing that Flash movie after Grant Gustin has been the Flash for 10 years. The concept of time in my brain is so ruined. Like, I was talking with, when we were on the Capes podcast, and Manning brought up that an entire new Spider-Man trilogy was made between Guardians 2 and Guardians 3. That's freaking nuts. Woo! 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 Ah, dang it. that alt-right douchebag. I'm gonna need you to be more specific. Mike Ceranovich. Am I blanking on something? I feel like that name should sound familiar, but it's not. The guy who dug up those... Oh! The James Gunn tweets. Gotcha. Oh yeah, because then he got hired by DC to do Suicide Squad, and he wasn't going to start filming Guardians until he finished Suicide Squad. And then they had the holiday special in there too, and even though, again, Gunn was molested as a kid, and jokes like that are common coping mechanism, plus he refused to get the script reading because of Victor's... Go to his... What? Victor Salva. Oh, I know that name. Why do I know that name? Jeepers Creepers! Yes, that's what it was! Man, did you see that new Jeepers Creepers movie? That is one of the most unintentionally hilarious films I've seen in my entire life. I want to do a 0 stars on that movie so bad. There is a CGI edit of a wind, like, what do I want to say? Like a wind measuring system. It's a cross on the top of a house that gets thrown at the creeper, and it is, I kid you not, one of the hardest laughs I have had in my life. I was physically incapable of breathing for a number of minutes, and I laughed so freaking hard at the bad editing of that scene. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And, like, that film is weirdly, like, 99% done in front of a green screen, even though a good chunks of it take place in fields. They just green screened all of it. It is such a weird movie. Man, that whole, like, it sucks that Victor Salva is a douchebag because the concept of the creeper is such a good thing and now the only good reasons. I don't. The weird part about that, Jacob, is that makes no sense. That excuse makes literally no sense. Because all of their green screen stuff was done in scenes where there was 3 people. Max 3 people. And then there is a giant scene that is a carnival filled with about 100 people that is in a field that is done not on green screen. So if COVID was their excuse, they are making up bullshit. Such horrendous bullshit. Oh boy, what do we got going on in here? Like I said, I want to do a 0 stars of that thing so bad. Maybe that's something we can do for Halloween. I'll have to talk with Mike about that. There's one thing that we're currently working on already that we're having trouble getting going, but... that'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, so I can get you out. Oh, look at you. Can I move this? I'm not... What the heck do I gotta do here? No, that's not it. What can I... Ooh, can throw the pen out? So... Huh. Do I need to move this first? Oh, look at you. Okay. Did I move it too much? Oh, boy. That was all that was. Crap. Okay. Well. Whew. Calm down, girl. Okay. Moving right along. Shit. Okay. This I can't.
It's too dark in here to fight this thing.
I'm aware, Jesse. I just need to figure out how to get light. Move! Oh. Shit. Apparently they're doing another Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Nice! I still need to see that first one. Did you see it? No! I need to figure out where this thing goes. Parts of it. I would have to, like, here's the thing. I would have to watch it and then tell you if it was a 0 stars or a fresh takes. Because I got a feeling I'm going to not think that movie's bad. And, like, this is one of the kind of general misunderstandings I've had with a lot of people that suggest 0 stars. 0 stars is something that makes you want to actually throw up watching it, like, that bad. Like, it needs to be an abomination. Like, Killer Sofa. That movie was fucking terrible. That is a 0 stars movie. Okay. Woo! I think Battlefield Earth would qualify. That's up there. That one's up there for me. Give or take, I've not seen all of it, but the snippets that I have, oh boy. Isn't the main point that that thing's kind of like a big old Scientology thing? Or it is, like, made out to be? It's only in that it's based on a book by L. Ron Hubbard. That, okay, got it. Got it. Booyah. Man, we are cooking right along here. Gets their desk up here.
Where are you?
Who throws a shoe? Honestly. Can I rip this off the wall? Okay, Jacob, there's a good question to ask. What is a movie that, like, what do I want to say? Movie critics, fans, most part, everyone on the planet thinks is god-awful, but you like? It was actually in my first YouTube video I ever did that I had to confess one of mine. It was on a after show for a mailbag question thing from AMC Movie Talk. Oh, I'm gonna turn it and the flashlight's gonna show the light by the thing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yep, there it is. Mine's The Love Guru. I genuinely love that movie. It might be my favorite Mike Myers movie. Is it perfect? No. But the parts in that movie that make me laugh, holy shit, do they make me laugh hard. And whoever thought to get Jim Gaffigan and Stephen Colbert. Okay. If we're gonna call that movie really racist, then 90% of all movies that roughly exist are really racist. I'm gonna be honest with you. We can't have a single movie from the entire 90s exist. And in that regard. I can't. Like, to me, racist is Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh my gosh, is that so powerful. Half of the Disney movies, half of the jokes that are made by people. I don't even need to go into half of the movies that use the, excuse my language, I hate using the word retard as a slur. It's, even now, some of the stuff where they're like, well, that was bad love guru. I'm like, that happens in all sorts of movies still, and you don't give them crap. And it's not even that bad, like, the few parts that, is it Ben Kingsley, are in, like, if he was perfectly okay with it, then I don't think we should be making as big as a deal. Yeah. I don't listen to Sia's music, so I guess I don't know the reference on that. I like this. This is interesting. Simple puzzles. Alright. Little more fighting. Or... Whoa! You're referring to the musical artist, correct? Holy crap. Woohoo! Okay. Whoa! I hate that attack! I hate it so much. Oh, I hate it so much. Damn it! Oh, this part's gonna take a bit. This will be the last thing we do tonight, I think. No! Really? Balls. You want to elaborate on the Sia thing, Jacob? The Sia thing. I don't listen to her music, so I wouldn't exactly know what that meant. Towards autistic folks. Really? Like, lyrically? Huh. Oh, her recent movie music. Weird. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying now. By God, music. Got it. Oh, nice. I got it far enough to where it saved that. Thank God. That's weird. I will have to look up to that, because I did not know about that. That is such a... Like, race is a normal trigger for that, but it's so weird to go after... That's weird.
Okay, I'm just going to freestyle. My mother always said, never talk to strangers. Always.
Looks like whatever force had a hold on Hartman isn't mixing well with his corruption. Wake did call him the third thing.
But isn't a stranger just someone you don't know? What if the only thing stopping a stranger from being a friend?
Okay. Oh, we're about to have a fight. That's a call-in reinforcements thing.
Director Faden here. Dispatch a ranger to this location.
It's an honor, Director.
We're about to have a fight. I have to wonder how the heck all that got dripped past if it was something that overly obvious to get. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
Let's do this.
Okay, what am I missing? There you are. Hey. Stop that. dick. Whoa! Oh. Okay, so we can go down here. Really? Get out of here. What the heck's back in here? Oh. Side content. More mold. They're doing a much better job of having to find this stuff naturally in this DLC. That's how side content should be done. You shouldn't have to freaking waste an entire afternoon, which I don't mind using, I don't mind using walkthroughs. But if it's not going to be found without a walkthrough, then you shouldn't have to have it. A simple side quest like that. Now, something that's unbelievably dumb and extravagant, you can still have those. There are some great ones that are done that way, but... Control point. Whoa. Why does it look like Mars rover stuff in there? AWE. Okay. This is probably going to take a while, and it's going to be... bit before I... anyway, it's gonna be a couple of minutes. I gotta go to bed. So we're gonna stop that there because I think there's not long of that DLC left, and then I can finish tomorrow because I've almost done the entire area. So yeah, we'll finish that tomorrow. I hit that one too many times. All right, good night, Jacob. Until next time, everybody. That